saying, but in that same season, Ohio State will play against a Texas or an Oklahoma.
Right.
See, we don't have that this season. Nobody had a chance to get a big win out of conference to say, hey, we beat the champion of another league. And so this year is just completely different. And it hinges on the fact that the committee has to sit down, watch these teams play, and make a judgment from the eyeball test way more this season than in past years, so it's a little different.
And it'd be interesting to me to see, let's say Ohio State squeaks by Northwestern in the Big Ten championship game. It's a very close game right now. They go on, they win the Big Ten, they're a 6-0 team, and now the committee is comparing resumes between a 6-0 Big Ten champion Ohio State and a Texas A&M that went 8-1 in the SEC, as Jimbo talked about. What are the tiebreakers between comparable teams? Would the committee look at Ohio State and say, well, you won a Power 5 championship, that's it? Or would they look at Texas A&M and say, you guys played 9 games in the best conference? That would be interesting. If Texas A&M did sneak in at number 4, though, does the committee talk about a rematch with Alabama? A team that they lost by 28 points.
Which
they're not supposed to do. They're supposed to rank the 1, 2, 3, 4. But there are a couple of rematch scenarios. We keep talking about Notre Dame and Clemson as well. That's something that is coming up.
Well, to that point, then you're talking about bumping A&M from outside the top 4 up to 3 to avoid a rematch. You can't do that. I'll tell you this, though. If we're doing an eye test based on what we've seen today, the eye test tells me Ohio State's not one of the 4 best teams in the country. Here's why. They're taking on Northwestern. First quarter, Buckeyes first and goal, no score. Looked as if first possession of the game, they were just going to waltz in and score.
And they were setting a statement with this drive. Right down the field, going to the end zone, up 7-0, start. Then you got a penalty.
You got to hold
this back there, held to a 3-point drive, doesn't feel as good.
What about Peyton Ramsey starting well?
Nice run here. Terrible angle by safety Josh Proctor, though. And we keep talking about this Ohio State secondary, how they've struggled in coverage. They haven't been great against the run either.
Led to Cam Porter, direct snap. Northwestern takes the lead.
And they did a really nice job in the first half of keeping the Ohio State defense off balance. Direct snap, touchdown.
Guys, I tell you what, though, Justin Fields has had a rough afternoon.
He really has. And here, Brandon Joseph going up and getting his 6th interception of the season. Does it with one hand. That leaves the FBS. Justin Fields really struggled early in this game.
And so another opportunity for Northwestern after the red zone turnover. Ramsey does the same thing, picked off by Justin Hill.
Northwestern has turned the ball over 3 times in this game. And as you look at Northwestern's season, turnovers were the reason they lost to Michigan State, and they may be the reason they lose today.
And guys, if I look at this game, if Ohio State wins, another pickoff by Justin Fields.
They've been a one-dimensional offense. They've had no success. You see Chris Olave, their best receiver, out due to COVID protocol. That's a freshman receiver, not on the same page with Justin Fields. Ryan Day can't believe it.
If Ohio State hangs on to win, it's strictly because of Trey Sermon and the Buckeyes rushing home.
This is the mark of a good football team. You're not able to pass the ball as well as you normally are, so you turn to your run game. Trey Sermon well over 20-30 yards rushing in this game.
He wasn't able to break off and score, so Blake Ballbill's kick.
Yeah, not able to capitalize. The first 4 drives Ohio State had down inside the 30-yard line, they only came away with 6 points.
So a college kicker scenario there, but here's Sermon, 9-yard score. Buckeyes take a 13-10 lead. Ensuing Northwestern possession, 2nd and 5. Ramsey scrambles out of the pocket, picked off by Josh Proctor.
Yeah, you're Northwestern. If you lose this game, you will look back and say, we had our chances. They turned it over to us. We had the ball back. Down 3, give Proctor credit, breaks on his faults a little bit behind, which we've seen some of this out of Ramsey. Ohio State capitalized.
All right, guys, I mentioned a second ago the Ohio State running game. This, just moments ago, Sermon off the pitch gives the Buckeyes the lead.
Happy to see this from Trey Sermon, too. The Oklahoma transfer got off to a real slow start early this season. Master Teague started this game, but he hasn't been in since.